In 2005, as some of you might remember, I took part in what was the most fun experience I've ever had in a motor car. It was the Rally GB, and we did it with Ford in a Fiesta ST, and somehow, don't ask me how, we won our class. At the beginning of the last day of the rally, Malcolm Wilson, team owner, turned around to me and he said, "Chris, if you finish this rally, you can have a drive in a full works WRC Focus." I suspect he said that because he suspected we weren't going to finish the rally. Somehow, we did finish the rally, and now, nearly 2 years later, I'm faced with the following: a Focus WRC and Malcolm Wilson. Malcolm, please can I drive your car?
Well, I did promise you, but really, if you want to know, I just didn't want my car damaged. That's why I said you could drive one, and look where I am now. But no, delighted to give you this opportunity. Just please don't damage this one either.
Okay, I won't. Bye.
Okay, here with Mikko Hirvonen in this year's Focus WRC car. This redefines the meaning of the word weapon, this thing does. It is unbelievable. It's about 300 brake, but God knows how much torque. We're at Silverstone, it's slippery, it's gravel, and we're doing big skids. Wow.
Now we're going to get a big slide, a little bit handbrake, get back on throttle, keep on turning. Back on throttle. There you go. Fantastic.
Right, Mikko, talk me through how do I get the best out of this thing then? How do I get the best out of this car?
You're doing it now, but okay. Like you said, you just having the feeling now, so just need to be a little bit more neat. But of course, it's nice to slide around, so just have fun and enjoy the ride. But of course, it's always nowadays fastest way is not to go so much sideways, so you just want to keep it inside of the corner. And,
yeah, but
like now you go back on throttle and accelerate out of it.
Surely sideways is fun though, Mikko, please tell me.
Yeah, sideways. For me that would be the way to go, but unfortunately it's not the fastest way. But there's always some times when you can have a little bit fun and play with the car. And then the spectators, they're just loving it.
So, funny thing to drive because you suspect you should drive it sideways everywhere, but the fact is you actually need to be more accurate. The car goes into the corners quite sideways, but then the quick way out is just to keep your toe in. And the traction it generates on this shocking surface is unbelievable.
Small Scandinavian click to get the car sideways. That's good fun. That's always a good fun. And back on throttle, keep on turning. There you go.
I know that Formula One is the big money sport, but really, this is the sport where it's at. Two blokes in a Focus doing skids on gravel. What a joy. The ride comfort is just unbelievable. This car rides better than an S-Class, and we're on huge, great big holes in the tarmac. Yeah, get offline, it's a bit slippery,
yeah,
isn't it?
That's okay. That's a big, nice slide. And then again, you know that when you just get on throttle, it was okay. It's kind of the biggest mistake you can do, that when you start sliding, you get off the throttle.
Then it's over.
Yeah, then it's over.
Right, now we're out of the car. We were in the car with Mikko Hirvonen, earlier, but I was gabbling a bit. I was terrified because someone had told me the car was worth £500,000, and I was trying my best not to look a complete fool in front of the professional here. Talk me through the way you drive this car, because what I now feel, having stepped out of it and thought about the process of driving it, is it feels more front-wheel drive than it does rear-wheel drive. Is that right or wrong?
Yeah, it's the right feeling, because nowadays I think all the drivers, they know that the fastest way to go is as neat as possible, so you don't want to slide it. So all the engineers and all the drivers, they want to do the design and the setup so that it kind of pulls a little bit more from the front, even though it doesn't, but that's the feeling you get.
Christian Loriot here, who is the chief designer for the WRC car for Ford. Is that what your job title is?
Technical director, it's same thing.
Technical director sounds more important. We'll call him technical director, okay?
Thank you.
Now, I presume your passion, as much as anything, is weight distribution. So let's start somewhere, because I always hear that you're a bit clever at making things low in a car.
Yeah, okay. Passion is to try to make the car go fast, and reducing the weight transfer in the corner is the main thing. The only way you cancel that is by having the center of gravity on the floor. So you try to put it as low as possible, and the faster the car will go around the corner.
And that's an absolute fact?
Yeah, that's an absolute fact, yeah. So you try to design it so that the ground clearance can be minimized and run as low as possible, and then you try to make everything as light and as low as possible in the car.
What's the one aspect of the car that you think people would be surprised at to learn how important the performance of that component was?
Probably the damper and the suspension system, because it takes so much abuse. I mean, when you come with us testing, sometimes even I've been in rallying for 15 years, and sometimes you go to a rocky road in Spain or in Greece, and the rock step this big, and you think, and you go at 100 miles an hour or over that, and you just hit it, and it just carries on. Nothing falls apart. It's just normal. And yeah, when you think, that's why when we go testing, we always take a designer to come on the test, and we often give them a ride in the car so that they can appreciate what the thing is going through. It's pretty amazing. It's
an amazing thing, isn't it? Well, Christian, thank you very much. I've just driven the car, and I'm just shocked by how competent it is and how it helps the driver, because I suppose that's the key thing for you. You can only do so much, can't you? When you finish the car, it's up to the driver.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you provided the driver with the ultimate tool. It's easy to drive it slowly, and I suspect to find the last bit of performance in the car is very difficult indeed.
Yeah, no, I think it's very much like that. They're quite easy car to drive up to 80-90%, and then the last 10% it's probably, and the last 3-4% it's only Loeb and Marcus that have it at the moment.
Yeah. Do you think you could design a special pair of testicles for drivers? Can you design those? Maybe with a variable stroke?
I never know. I never know if they've got big testicle or small brain. It's probably a bit of both.
Good. There's one question I always wanted to ask a WRC driver, but never had the courage to. When you go shopping for your food in the supermarket and you have a trolley, do you slide the trolley around the corners?
Well,
like we do.
I'm ashamed to say that, yeah, I do. Good.
Because otherwise then we're alone. But as long as we like to know that you set the trolley up early and just drift it through the apex, and then
yeah.
and then straight. But now I know you have to straighten it up early.
Yeah, you straighten it up early. But then again, it's quite nice to do donuts with the trolley as well. So
okay.
I'll do that one as well.
Mate, it's been an honour. Thank you very much. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Right? Cheers.